All right, we're live. Hey, everybody, welcome to an out of character. Our first out of character in a really long time. It's been quite a while since we've done this.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Hello.
I'm here with Rat, who plays Smoking Rat, who plays Pentagast, and Director Arcater, who plays Arcturus, and of course I am Jeremy, and I play Magog of Morscar, aka Lord Magog, aka the leader of the Wicked Guild, aka the stupid necromancer.
For the record, you never have to call me Director Arc. Arc is fine. Arc.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a good name, Arc.
Arc. It's a solid name. Solid name. Anyway, we're kind of doing an out of character for multiple reasons. The first being that we kind of needed a break. It's been a grueling year for many of us, and it's just nice to kind of sit down and talk with the fans. I know I haven't done this in a while, and I've been through some stuff this year, and it
Excuse
bless
me.
you.
Sorry.
Gesundheit.
Yeah. Right.
So
Oh,
anyway, yeah, like I said, been a while since we've done an out of character. I have a few things I'd like to talk about, but if there's anything you guys want to talk about real quick, I can open the floor
Does it
to
have to
you
be relevant
first.
to the show in any way, shape, or form?
Not really. I mean,
Well, okay then. I hear that Wizards of the Coast is trying to remove some classes from their game because they're too offensive now. Namely, Witch and Druid. Because you can't have those classes because they're totally real things, guys. And having the game makes a mockery of them.
yeah, nobody fucking listens to Wizard of the Coast anymore.
what? What's next? We recognize the suffering of the werewolf people and its citizens. I mean, what are we? What is this?
The
You know?
the indigenous lupine people who
Mm-hmm.
are clearly a parody of Wendigos, and Wendigos are Native American folklore, and we can't make fun of that because reasons.
Yeah.
The argument is that because these are totally real things, guys, there are real witches and druids out there who can do spells and shit. Trust us. It's offensive to have them in the game where they're casting spells and shit.
Yeah, there
But by
are.
the same logic, if they say that because it's not religion. It's
Yeah,
not religion. You can't mock the religion.
yeah, but
But if that's the case, then there go clerics, paladins, warlocks,
yeah, there are practicing
monks.
Wiccans and druids and pagan religions. People who practice the old religions and then worship the old gods. But the
Actual
the
clerics too,
yeah,
even more of those.
but the words they use don't necessarily have to tie in. Like a witch doesn't necessarily have to mean a practicing Wiccan. That's a name they adopted because that's what European Catholics called devil worshippers, essentially. But
Well,
practicing witchcraft is an old thing that goes a long way back, way before
if
Catholicism. And
witches are out, then warlocks also have to go as well. I mean, how dare we mock someone's pact with Satan?
yeah, the Church of Satan is a real thing too. So I don't know. I hate all that kind of culture, the perpetually offended culture. You guys know I do. And
Oh, it's really funny because they're taking it seriously, but if they follow the logic, it will completely destroy the game. Completely. I honestly wouldn't get my hands on the complaint letters. Hands.
yeah,
Never
that's
mind.
but I don't play tabletop. I haven't in many years, and even back when I played tabletop, I didn't play D&D. I've never once played Dungeons and Dragons. I used,
Yeah.
There-
back when I played tabletop with my friends, we played World of Darkness shit. We played Demon, you know. So
Demons are highly marginalized, you insensitive cat.
yeah, but anyway, I have a few things to, house cleaning. Weibo couldn't make it, or she didn't want to come on the show tonight. I left it open to anybody who wanted to come on, but it's an out of character, so it's not like if somebody needed a night off, they could take a night off.
Yeah.
So nobody was obligated to come tonight. I just thought I'd pop in and, you know, say hi and shit. But yeah, it's oh, can one of you open up Streamlabs just in case we do get a donation? I don't want to miss it. You know, but
Yeah, I am not capable of that, so
I can do that. Just a moment.
appreciate
It
it.
could take a while. I only have one hand, please.
Yeah, I forgot I turned the alert box off, but just in case.
oh, well, that's it.
I don't, you know, nobody's obligated to donate to us either because we're not in character. We're just talking. But
Right.
just a few
Yeah,
updates
indeed.
on things. I mean, I've had a pretty horrible year. Everybody knows I had to get a job. In character, I joke about working at the midnight market as a merchant, but in reality, I had to get a job, and I'm back in retail, albeit not in a conventional sense. I work in a really gigantic flea market. I help people load furniture and stuff. But following my new job, I thought I would have way more time to do videos and stuff because it started out as just a part-time job, but I needed the money. Things are really tight for me. The money's the money on YouTube I make just wasn't enough anymore, so I got a job, and then it was only supposed to be a part-time job so I could still work on my YouTube channel, but it turned into 42 hours a week. I work at the flea market. And I've been basically just trying to catch up financially and try to get out of, you know, like credit card debts and stuff like that, so I don't have those bills anymore. Because during COVID, things got really tough for everybody, and I had to use my credit cards quite a lot just to survive. And now I got to pay that fucking money back. And so I'm working towards that, but at the same time, I also have had some health problems recently that has set me far behind on my schedule of returning as Magog in edited content. We've been maintaining side quests, but for the most part, I've been slacking on the script writing and the performing of videos. Working 42 hours a week, plus on weekends having family obligations. You know, helping my dad chop down trees on our property so we can finally get it cleaned up and everything. Takes up a lot of my time, but I've also had some pretty bad injuries of late. Really fucked up my shoulder the first few weeks I was working at the new job. That took a while to heal. Lower back pains from my injuries in Iraq have flared back up since I'm lifting again and I'm doing a lot more physical labor at the flea market, especially when you have to load up like a 7-drawer fucking dresser and a 5-drawer chest of drawers and a washing machine and a fucking refrigerator in the back of a U-Haul for somebody who's buying a whole house, I guess. I don't fucking know. But that's the type of shit I have to do. But lately, the past few months has been the most severe. I've been in pain every second of every day of my life for the past few months. And even during side quest, you guys probably don't know because I've been acting and I've been powering through the pain, but I have had the most excruciating, agonizing pain in my feet that I've ever had in my life. We're not talking about just general, oh, I've got sore feet because I worked all day. I'm talking about like a white hot fucking nail has been driven through the bottom of my heel, especially on my right foot. Turns out I had this ridiculous sounding ailment called plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous sounding, but it is fucking no joke, especially when you have an extreme case of it like me.
Yeah, they are no joke. I had one on my right foot. I forgot all about that. I just remembered. That was back. It was like 20 years ago, but like it was during the summer, and that was when I was young, and I still played hacky sack and stuff. That was like my thing at the time. I did that a lot. And I could not, like, that summer sucked because it was like I couldn't, in my free time, I could not go play hacky sack because I could barely walk. It took me 10 minutes to walk downstairs because I was like babying my right foot. I couldn't put any weight on it hardly.
Yeah, and I know I'm a large guy. I've been working on losing weight. In fact, I've lost a lot of weight. I'm especially getting this job. I'm back working, you know, doing a manual job. Definitely the past 6 years I've been a YouTuber. Right? So it's been pretty sedentary lifestyle. I mean, film some videos, do some editing at the computer, and then upload them and do thumbnails and do artwork and design t-shirts and stuff. It was never like a big thing to be on my feet all day. But to go from that extreme to, sedentary lifestyle to walking around a 30,000 square foot store all day, helping customers load stuff, going to display cases, opening them up, helping customers find things, helping them lift things, just has been murder on my fucking feet, and my weight hasn't helped. So I've been working on that too, but my arches are really high. I have like real high arches. And so it's really hard for me to find good shoes. Now, a lot of people told me to go get like custom insoles made at the Good Feet store. We have a thing here in Arkansas called the Good Feet store. You hear the commercials on the radio all the time and stuff. Come on down to the Good Feet store and get a measurement, and we'll scan your foot and give you custom insoles that are perfect to put in any shoe, and they fit your foot perfectly. And I was like, okay, cool, that sounds great. And then I had a buddy of mine who was like, never go to the Good Feet store. And I was like, why? And I was like, did they not work? And he's like, no, feels fucking great. My feet barely hurt. And I'm like, why are you telling me not to? And he's like, it cost me $1,800. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I don't have that kind of fucking cash.
Yeah.
Of dollars, we do have a Streamlabs.
Oh, nice.
Lunar Shine has donated $25 to efforts here to say, finances are tough out everywhere, but I think middle America is hurting more than the coast. And I certainly concur. Well, it depends. I tell the people who are living on the streets on the coasts, they seem like they might be having a little bit harder. The ones in the penthouses are doing great, though, as I understand.
Yeah, it's definitely been hard on middle America. Gas prices. I mean, I went grocery shopping. I'm a single guy, live alone. I went grocery shopping for a week of groceries. A couple frozen pizzas, some sandwich stuff. I eat very simple fucking meals that I can heat up real quick because I've been in pain every day. I can't stand in front of a stove for 3 hours cooking a fucking meal. Okay? I put something in the oven and I sit down. Right? And so I bought like 4 frozen pizzas, a case of bottled water, some sandwich stuff, some bread, some dog food for Jinx, and it was $88 and something. It was almost $90, and I was like, come on, economy, give me a fucking break here. So anyway, the pain I've been in throughout the show, you guys, like I said, I hope I hit it well. You probably notice on previous episodes of Side Quest, I do kind of step back and forth a lot as Magog. Like I'm standing up. Right now I'm sitting down. But standing as Magog, so I'm framed properly. This is framed for me standing up. I'm sitting on a bar stool right now. Like a really nice one that Brian Yoder got me back in the day. That's my Magog chair. But you probably noticed me kind of doing this a lot on the show. Because I'm taking the weight off of one foot for a minute. And then putting the weight on the other foot for a minute, and it's been hell. There were days last week, like after last week's show, it was just me, you, and Ark.
Yeah.
And I got off the show with you guys, and I said my goodbyes, and I got out of the call, and I cried, like physically cried. Like it's not easy for me to admit that because I'm a man. But I fucking cried. Like, that's how much pain this is. It's like, it's no short. I mean, it's not hyperbole to say that I've never felt anything like this. I'd rather go back to having back pain from my, like, injuries in Iraq. Like, I'd rather have that. Like, I got a stiff neck, I got a bulged disc in my neck and a compressed lower spine from my time doing convoys in Iraq and stuff. And every now and again, that shit'll flare up and it causes me a lot of pain. Especially the lower back part. When I blow out my lower back, I can't fucking move. But I'd rather deal with that than this fucking foot pain. This is, it's appalling how painful it is. It's like I constantly have a nail being driven through the bottom of my fucking heel. And it's got so bad that sometimes I would just be laying in the living room on my couch watching TV. and Jinx would be like chewing on a Chewy on the floor, and I just randomly would just go because the pain was so bad, and Jinx would like look up at me like, "You okay, buddy?"
Yeah.
But so I finally got tired of it. I reached my fucking wit's end. I could not deal with this fucking pain anymore, and I just started blowing money. Every bit of fucking spare cash I had on my feet. New shoes, $150 on clouds, $180 fucking Hokas, fucking $40 Skechers. I bought Dr. Scholl's inserts, regular inserts, high arch inserts. I bought Samurai inserts. This brand called Samurai. They're like a hard plastic insert that helps your arch. I bought compression socks for diabetes people. You know, I had fucking ankle weight, ankle wraps, fucking gel inserts. I've tried it all. I even bought fucking lidocaine patches to stick on the bottom of my fucking foot. Yeah. Just lidocaine patches, like if you blow out your back, you get those lidocaine patches for your back. I fucking bought them and put them on the bottom of my foot with Icy Hot and Bengay at the same time. Like, I was trying everything I fucking could. Doing stretches. I called my fucking doctor. He told me what to do. He sent me a fucking email on what to do. I have been in such excruciating pain that I haven't wanted to do anything outside of go to work. When I get home, I'm like, today I'm going to film. I'm going to do a few episodes. I've written like 5 scripts. I've got Bad Magic to do. I've been promising Bad Magic. I've been promising the new shorter videos, which I have like 5 scripts written for. And in the morning I feel, like I'm ready to go. And then I get off of work, and by the time I get home, I'm like, I just sit down,
Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, too late, right? Too late. I finally narrowed it down to some things that work. And now I'm not in as much pain as I have been for the past like 3 months. Turns out, after all the money I've spent, hundreds of dollars, I blew through my grocery budget this month. I literally have to eat ramen noodles the rest of the month or I'm fucked. I can't pay any of my bills this month if I buy too much food. Because I did not care. I had to find something that worked for this pain. And finally, after all that, new shoes and night splints and all kinds of shit, right? A $24 pair of Crocs. You guys haven't heard this yet because I didn't have them in last week when we last talked. Okay.
Huh.
$24 pair of Crocs. The ugliest, most hideous fucking shoe you could ever buy. But one of my friends was like, dude, I wear Crocs around the house like a fucking house slipper. He's like, I love them. He's like, get Crocs. I was like, come on, man. They're fucking hideous. He's like, I don't give a shit. Fucking buy some. So I bought some. And I slipped them on my feet. Instant fucking relief. No pain.
That the sad thing is I never even thought, like, it just doesn't occur to me. My dad has been wearing Crocs for like 10 years. And I didn't, and he just wears them around the house. Like, that he never, when he goes out, or leaves the house or anything, he puts on boots like he always does, work boots and that. But yeah, at home he wears Crocs all the time, and it's such a normal thing. I forgot all about the fact that my dad kind of went through the same thing. I should have suggested it, and I just thought of it. So
yeah,
I could have helped if I'd have known. Yeah.
So anyway, after spending, I don't know, probably $380, $400 over the past few weeks on my feet, a pair of Crocs, and I slipped them on for the first time, and I walked around my house for an entire hour, and I felt almost no pain. What is it that fucking Deadpool, when he puts them on when he gets home, and they're like, why do you have to wear those ugly shoes? His buddy's there. TJ Miller's character, I think, said it. Yeah. And he was like, you mean my squishy masturbating shoes? He says something like that. It's like, it's a ridiculous shoe. It's so bulbous. It looks like fucking clown shoe with holes in it. Like somebody shot a shotgun at it and fucking put holes in it, right? Yeah. But I put them on and I walked around, not even sitting down. I walked around my entire house, just walking back and forth, pacing, walking around with them fucking on my feet. I barely felt any pain. Like the pain was almost gone. Almost. Every now and again I'd get a twinge and I'd go, but then it would go away. And I'm like, okay, this is made of some like NASA foam or something. Like they developed it for like space spacewalks or some shit. I don't fucking know. They're the ugliest goddamn shoe. I promised myself I would never wear Crocs because they're growing in popularity. People come into the fucking store all the time just wearing pajama bottoms and fucking Crocs, right? And they make them in hideous colors, fucking blue and the camo ones. I see those all the time because I'm in the South, a lot of hunters. Right?
Oh yeah.
And they come in with those fucking camo Crocs on, and I'm like, come on, man. How can you fucking show yourself in public? Have some fucking pride. Now I'm at home like, hee hee, huh? But anything to get rid of this fucking pain, man. So my feet started hurting again a little bit, even though I was wearing the Crocs. Because I can't wear the Crocs at work. They slip off my feet too easy. They're like a flip-flop or a slipper.
Yeah.
Right? So I can't be doing that while I'm lifting fucking refrigerators, right? So I have to wear my Skechers. The Skechers are the best so far. Like, I tried Hoka's, I tried fucking on Clouds. They both fucking made it worse. And those are $150, $800, $180 shoes, you know?
Yeah.
Those are shoes that fucking nurses are like, these are great. I could be on my feet for 16 hours a day running around the hospital and I don't feel any pain. I put them on and I was like, oh God, it's like stepping on a nail and Legos. What the fuck are these nurses talking about? Spent all that fucking money, blew through all my fucking money, dude. But I didn't care. I didn't give a fuck. I need this pain gone. So I bought these. The only other thing that worked is I got these heel protectors. I'm wearing them right now. And they're basically, they just slip over your heel and Velcro around the top of your foot. And they have a super thick like gel protector.
Yeah.
And it said on Amazon, $7 these things were. $7.24, something like that. And it said on Amazon, good for corns, bunions, blisters, and bone spurs. And I was like, well, if it fucking works for bone spurs, I'm going to give it a shot. You know? And I tell you what, man, I put them fucking things on, and then I put my Skechers on, and I can make it through pretty much most of the day without being in excruciating pain. So,
yeah.
The only show that I've done in the past few weeks, Ark and Rat, that I wasn't in complete and utter agony over my feet, was the show where I ate a death peanut. Because the pain in my mouth was more...
It's an adequate distraction.
It was an adequate distraction from the pain in my feet.
That's... I like... What kind of thought process was that? Like, my brain's like, oh, my feet hurt constantly, but today they don't. So... I'm going to make myself suffer in other ways. Why would you do that to yourself? Come on. No, I didn't know, man. Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's it was bad. So long as he has the receipt and has not gone over the time limit for returns. Yeah. As far as the OnClouds and the Hokas, I've gone past my returns. I wore them for weeks. Like I said, I've been putting up with this pain for months. And on top of the foot pain, I've had COVID. I got COVID finally for the first time because I guess now I'm working in the public, sector, and there's people breathing on me for the first time. And I got sick over 4th of July when my friends came to visit, and I was sick the whole fucking time just with a cold. I've had a bad shoulder injury. I busted my elbow earlier in the year. Had to wear that fucking... Remember when I had to wear the sling?
Yeah.
I'm fucking falling apart this year. And so I haven't had much time. Well, I've had time. I just haven't had much motivation to film a lot out after work, or on the weekends. And helping my dad cut down trees in the forest with this foot pain. I mean, it was bad. I mean, walking on that uneven ground out there, my dad was like, you don't have to help me. And I'm like, I'm not leaving you out here alone with chainsaws. Cutting down trees. Right. Something could happen, like even though he's responsible and he knows how to use a fucking chainsaw, he's not, he knows his limits and stuff, but accidents happen. Even if you're...
Yeah, they do.
Even if you're the best of the best. So come weekends... Saturday and Sunday, I finally got Saturday and Sunday off from the flea market because my nephew got a job there just on Saturday and Sunday. He's still in high school and wanted to make a little extra money. So I hooked him up with a job there. He's the loader on the weekend, so I could have Saturday and Sunday off instead of Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's one of the reasons we pushed the show to 7:30. So I had time, because I get off at 6, I had time to get home and get prepped for a show. So we pushed it half an hour just so I can have a little fucking time to get home, because it takes me about 30 minutes. It takes me about 30 minutes to get home, because I live a couple towns over from my job. So I have to drive 30 minutes every morning, 30 minutes to get home. But the getting the money, getting kind of out of debt and stuff is more important to me, but only if I could deal with the pain first. And because I want to continue doing YouTube and I want to do these new videos. I'm really excited to talk about the new format I came up with for the shorter content. That's going to be, once or twice a week. And then Bad Magic will be like once a month, because that's a long, kind of 30-minute long show, like a big, kind of like a sitcom-esque, not sitcom, but like Evil Mr. Rogers, just kind of one of those single camera shows where, it's got segments and stuff, and it's got puppets. And I've got a new puppet. I should have brought him out here. I could run in the house to get the new puppet. If you guys want to vote in the chat. Say something in the chat if you want to see the new puppet.
Or while you're having it, we do have another Streamlabs in the next 6 minutes who donated $2 to say, "Dude, I'm glad you found something that works. Sorry it was such a long, expensive road for you. I have a pair of fake Crocs I put on after work, and they're comfy AF. Anyhow, left you a DM. Hey, Smoking Rat, hope you're well."
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
Yeah. Speaking of, real quick, just want to read this donation, $200 to the Cash App from Octane Junkie, who just says, for you and your crew's OOC efforts.
Thank you.
Thank you, Octane.
Very much, Octane. Yeah.
He's our sugar daddy, apparently, this season. Man,
yeah.
Yeah,
he goes above and beyond. He doesn't need to do that, and he does.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. It helps me out a hell of a lot. So
yeah, Andy's a cool motherfucker. I talk to him in Discord every now and again, and even if he didn't donate to us, I'd still hang with that guy.
He knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was going to annoy MacLeod about that. I
haven't
gotten around to it yet. Just noting.
That's fine.
Remind you to check DMs earlier as well.
DMs for what on?
Yes. Discord. Not now, obviously. So, at some point.
I saw it earlier, but then I got distracted by a fucking customer. Sorry about that. But yes, thank you, my friend. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I do have a package to open. I don't know who sent it, but if you're watching right now, do you mind if I open it out of character, or do you want me to wait until I'm in character? That'd be nice to know. Whoever sent me a package to the P.O. Box from Amazon, it is an Amazon package. If you sent something, let me know if it's cool if I open it tonight. But yeah, I just wanted to update the fans on, I had promised Bad Magic by the end of September, and the pain got worse, and I got way more distracted by life than I expected that I ever would be. I'm not apologizing, because I needed the hiatus from making content for a bit to figure out what I want to do with this character and what direction I want to go. But I am kind of apologizing to the fans. I'm not gonna apologize for taking some time to heal myself, but I will apologize to the fans that I made a promise and didn't keep it.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh just out of nowhere, but I was looking at the chat, and John was responding to about the package thing. He's like, if it smells spicy, just toss it. Learn from your mistakes.
Thank you, John. Yeah, I just saw that myself.
That was funny. I'm sorry.
Brain Shatterer wants to see the puppets. So do you guys mind entertaining the crowd while I go inside the house real quick?
Yeah, I can. I'll figure something out to yak about something. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Go and get the puppet.
Yeah, I shall go get the puppets. I will return post haste.
Yeah. All right.
So I assume you've got this.
I'm sorry?
I assume you've got this. I can
yeah,
help out in some fashion if you want, but
No,
I also don't
it's
want
all
to step
right.
on your toes. I mean, if you've got this, I'll just, leave you to it, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I don't really have a lot to, and I'm so like quiet about what I've done, what I'm up to, and I feel like I'm repeating myself most of the time. Um, I this whole year, basically, I don't know if I've actually told you people about this. I might have mentioned it somewhere, like in Discord to some people here and there. I don't know if I've actually talked about it on the show, but my free, like, I have a lot of free time, but most of it anymore has, and I used to basically haunt Discord. I just spent most of my free time on Discord. I haven't been doing that. Yeah, it's the people are asking about the shirt. This is the expressions of Vader. I'm not going to stand up, but like angry, happy, sad. It goes on. Like sleepy, confused, cheerful, frustrated, excited, proud, and they're all the same face. I just found it hilarious. I bought this years ago. It's all just the same face, but his expression is, it's like, I think there was a Far Side cartoon years ago about the many faces of the Irish setter, and it just has this same insane look, like it's excited, but it had like 18 different ones. Like one of them I even think said suicidal or something like that. It was funny, but all the same look. Yeah, that's the kind of humor I like. I like stuff like that. One of my favorite one of my favorite T-shirts from that back in the day. It just says never put off until tomorrow, and the saying is what you can do today, right? But on my shirt it says never put off until tomorrow what you can avoid altogether. I think that's great, So that's my kind of humor.
Advice.
But I'm getting distracted. Go ahead, Art.
Well, no, I forgot what I was going to say. Now it's awkward, and I just have to fumble here for something. There we go. Not that long ago, there was actually a rather nice piece of artwork that used to be on the store of the Octorus character alignment chart, which basically operated the same way, same expression, same style, but small differences.
Yeah.
It was like a find the differences game. I was very pleased.
Yeah, I remember that. You did, because the images all looked very similar, but there were small differences in each one. Yeah, it was cool.
The chaotic evil had a cracked lens because that I would never play with that, and neither would Octorus, obviously.
Yeah. The other thing I forgot to mention, and that was the whole reason I started talking, is people probably aren't aware, but like I spent a lot of time getting into. Most of my free time anymore is spent doing an odd thing. I do RC racing. That's what I do. I've devoted myself to that almost entirely. Almost all my free time is spent working on them, trying to fix them, or researching about other ones that I'm trying to, I will mix and match things from like 3 different ones to make one. That's what I do. Honestly, it's one of the greatest things that's happened to me. It gives my brain something to focus on, which is hard for me to do. I'm kind of, I don't know how to explain that. I'm somebody who finds a project, but then likes to tinker with it and keep making adjustments and trying different things with the same thing. What is that? Like the definition of insanity? Trying the same thing over and over, expecting different results. That's basically what happens with me in RC. I try 18 million different designs or like setup ideas, like, I'll use different springs and different shock oil weights and stuff. And I still go slow and get last place. That's what I do. I find it very rewarding, though. I try 18 different ways to this will make my car faster. It doesn't. I still put in the exact same lap times as I normally do. But that is, I go almost every weekend. That is what I do. There's actually a big hobby town RC. It's. I mean, Hobby Town's more than just RC. They do all sorts of stuff. But the one in Omaha that I'm near, about an hour away, they have a big indoor track and a big carpet track, and I just started trying to run carpet racing, which there's probably a joke there, but I'm not gonna go for it. I'm not gonna go for it. Yeah, that's a whole different animal than running on like dirt or anything like that. And as far as like what I do with RC, I don't do the nitro stuff like I mean, they're cool, but I can't afford those. I mean, I bought a $400 like RC car and have spent 8 months just buying upgrades and fixing things and trying to get different things to work. So it's fun, and that's what takes up a majority of my time. And I'm gonna welcome back, MacLeod. What is on your hand?
No, Jinx, it's not yours.
He keeps wanting to attack it.
I see one Jinx is a bit confused right now. It does look like something a dog might usually chew on. Meanwhile, we do have another super chat that came in from Gan, who donated $3 to say, reminder for Octus, /K, whatever. Please be careful not to pick your nose with that claw. Joke's on you. I am masterful with this. And that's all I will say about it.
So, I haven't made up a name for him yet, but I put a more realistic tongue in his mouth. He had a piece of triangle felt, like Kermit.
Oh, sure.
But he has like a more realistic rubber tongue, and I've got some fake teeth I'm going to glue in there, and I've got some more realistic horns because these are made of cloth, so it looks too fake. But his eyes look great, and he talks.
Yeah.
And he's gonna pop out of this. I bought this from the flea market. This balsa wood box. It's just made in China. It looks like an antique, but it's not. It's fucking $10. And he's gonna pop out of that, so I gotta cut like a hole in the bottom of it.
Right.
So that he can come up out of it. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to...
Yeah.
I'm doing some stuff. So I've got a little work to do on him because I've got some devil horns I bought to replace the cloth ones.
That just gave me an idea. Although I don't know how you do... Although you could maybe do that. That'd probably be more complicated, but like a box like that, you could have done a puppet that was a mimic.
Yeah, that's basically what he is. He's some sort of gremlin monster mimic type thing.
I'm just used to I'm used to mimics being more teeth and just a really long, wobbly tongue. But that's a cool idea. Like, it's neat. I think it's cool.
No, Jinx. He keeps fighting the flap of fur down here.
Yeah. Let me have it. Let me have it. Oh, that's funny. Kind of reminds me of an owl in a weird way too.
Yeah, he's got that kind of face. This was actually made, I can't recall his name. I will look it up later because I actually bought it a while ago and I've been planning on using it. But it was made by a guy who makes puppets in Kansas City. And he makes custom puppets for like kids shows and stuff. And I contacted him because he had some of his on sale on a weird site. It wasn't Etsy. It was a site like Etsy. It was called like, Bazaar or something, like a bazaar, like in the Middle East, like a bazaar, that you go shopping at. And I saw him and I'm like, they're all custom made, so I can't get flagged for copyright. I asked his permission to use it on my comedy show. He thought it was an awesome idea. He's a guy who makes these little hand puppets. He said, if I ever want something custom made, like truly custom, I bought one of his pre-made ones because I figured I could add the horns and stuff, but he was like, hey, if you ever want like something truly custom made for you and you alone, contact me. And I was like, cool. As soon as I have the money, I will. I never had the money.
Well,
But he was only like $23, something like that.
Oh, well, hey, that ain't bad.
Yeah. So, and he's nice and bright. Like a lot of characters on MacLeod are black or dark. Like Poe is like bones, and... Yeah. So it's nice to have a little juxtaposition where he'll pop out of the box and be like, yeah, and spit out a letter. And Magog's like, oh, mail's here. Yeah, let's read this letter. And then he'll go back down in the box, and then Poe will be like, the fuck is that? What?
Yeah.
What the thing in the box. What's in the box? Like, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
my other puppet, people can buy this one on Amazon. They can buy it on Temu, which is like the Wish app. I got mine on Temu because I had some extra money. See, I built these mystery boxes to sell at the flea market, which are going great, by the way. I'm actually sold over half of my stock already.
That's cool.
But I bought toys and they didn't come in time, so Temu gave me like $5 credit. If a package doesn't arrive when they say it is, they'll give you $5. And I had that happen a couple times, so I had enough just credit money to buy this cool thing I found. And he's supposed to be like a baby Mothman with like big red bug eyes. You see?
Oh.
He's got little claw feet. And I fucking love him. He's going to be like Poe. He doesn't move like that puppet. I can't stick my hand in him and move him, but
Yeah.
I can make his eyes glow with, After Effects or Photoshop or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Just like Poe, just like I do with Poe. So he's going to be kind of more of another Poe-like character. It's going to like really annoy Poe. I don't know what he is yet, but I've also got to customize him a little bit. He's got plastic wings that don't do anything. So I'm going to cover his back in like feathers. I'm going to do a little painting. I'm going to customize him a little bit. But I'm thinking of calling him Gorp. And and he's going to talk like this with a lisp. My name is Gorp. My name is Gorp Humperdinck. I don't know yet. I haven't figured out the voices for either of these creatures. But,
Right.
Bad Magic was supposed to be kind of an ensemble series show where I can get guests on the mirror. I can do little skits with different puppets. I can, kind of like a Pee-wee's Funhouse or Mr. Rogers, kind of that single camera or, double camera, but straight on shot, like on a single set, right?
Yep.
And that's kind of the Bad Magic's format. But in between Bad Magic, I still wanted to get back to doing some shorter content, maybe something I can film, 3 or 4 of in one sitting and then edit throughout the week. Yeah. And it's taken me up until really recently, past couple weeks, to finally settle on a new format for the shorter content. Because as you know, I'm not doing the commentary anymore. Those days are gone. I've said all I could say. The politics and social issues of our world are fucked, and I can't do it anymore. I'm so bored and I'm so infuriated with politics and social issues. I just don't want to do that anymore. 6 years of commentary, almost 6 years of commentary, and I'm done with those days. I know I still get comments. I'll get an alert on YouTube and it'll be a comment on an older video, and it'll be like, Magog, you should go back to doing what got you famous in the first place or whatever. It's like you should go back to doing I would have loved to see Magog's take on the Bud Light Dylan Mulvaney thing or whatever. And I'm like, I just want to do like comedy. Like, I'm so kind of tired of that. That's not the direction I want to go anymore. It was fun for a while. Yeah. I loved tearing fucking politicians a new one, celebrities, fucking CNN, BuzzFeed. I loved making fun of all those assholes because that's what they are. They're fucking assholes. But now I just kind of, I've become so like disenfranchised and skeptical about everything the government does that I just see assholes everywhere.
Everyone has one. Some people show them off more often than others.
Right.
You just reminded me of a. It was just like a text meme that I saw the other day, but I'm gonna tell you this now. It was how did it go? It went. The world is a vast hellscape right now, but never forget that in Mandarin, the word for penguin is business goose.
Yes, because they're wearing a business suit.
Yeah, I thought that was
a bit better.
That was actually really funny to me. I was like, that works. It's simple, it's to the point, and it makes me laugh and feel less like we're in a vast hellscape. So
right. And to be honest with you, you look back on some timeless comedies. Now, I'm not saying I'm trying to create something timeless here, but something akin to it. Where it's like, to this day, people still watch Monty Python. To this day, people still go back and watch Animal House, Caddyshack, fucking Airplane,
Oh, God. I watch Airplane every year.
Yeah. It's like, don't get me wrong. Talking about the then and now topic is very popular on TikTok and YouTube and stuff. But how many people are going to go back and watch my video on AOC or BuzzFeed or whatever 10 years from now? It's probably not going to happen. They've moved on, right? That's a then and now kind of content. And I want to create something that people can like go back and watch even 10, 20 years from now and be like, this is what I watched when I was a kid, this guy on YouTube. And he's this evil dark wizard. Let me show my fucking grandkids. You know, because look at the fucking puppets. Look at the time he took to put into the productions. Look at the polished comedy and the funny jokes and stuff. And I don't have a lot of time because I had to get a job. And things have taken kind of a downward turn in my life to the point of having to get a job and not be a full-time YouTuber. I had a good run, but I still want to keep doing this. I built all of this thanks to the help from some wonderful fans and years of just dedicating to it. I don't want to give up on that. But I'm finding it difficult to find the time, especially with being constantly in pain. Like after helping my dad cut down trees and taking care of this big-ass fucking yard and shit, and the forest I own, I basically just have Sunday. That's it. That's all I got. And that's the only time I get to rest my feet. But once this pain has subsided, which it is, thanks to these heel protectors and these fucking Crocs, I'm going to buy another pair to wear outside because I don't like wearing outside shoes inside. Get dirt everywhere. Mud. You know, whatever. So I can't wear my Crocs to my shop right now. I have to carry them and then kick my shoes off and put them on my feet, which is no big deal. But eventually I want to get another pair of Crocs. And I even want to get a pair of Crocs for work, because Crocs, turns out, makes a fucking tennis shoe. I want to fucking try it. I want to...
Wait, Crocs they make a tennis shoe?
It looks like a Croc, but it's not a flip-flop. It actually has a back, and it has laces. The laces are for decoration, but it just kind of slips on like a Croc, but at least it's shaped like a tennis shoe, and it stays on your foot better, like a tennis shoe does. You know?
Well, like, my brain was, like, confusing that because I'm like, is it really meant to be you're supposed to use it to play tennis? Because that sounds a lot more substantial than any Croc I've seen. I don't know. Just
but anyway,
it's probably just an attempt to look like more like a normal shoe.
Right. Yeah.
I say they should go the other way. Just try to make them look like clown shoes. Why not?
Yeah, fuck it. But to answer a question in the chat, Patrick said, I started watching you for the commentary, but I loved your skits and stuff. Kind of missed the short lore series you did more than anything else. And it's like, I kind of agree with that. If you want lore and delving deeper into Magog's world, that's going to be the new shorter videos. I finally settled on it, and I really like the idea, and I'd love to share it with you all tonight. I know we're kind of running short on time. We usually only go for an hour.
No, you're fine.
If you bear with me, my longer content, which hopefully I get started soon now that the pain in my feet is starting to subside, is going to be Bad Magic. I'm dedicated to Bad Magic. I really want to bring that show to life. It feels more like the sitcom I've always wanted to do. It may not have actors and a production crew, but it's what I can do with the space and the time I have.
Right.
But the shorter content, because I can't just do like 1 30-minute episode of Bad Magic a month. That's not going to do. So I come up with this idea of shorter content of Magog talking directly to the audience, like I used to do with the older videos, but I was always cutting to like CNN article or something, right? But instead, it's a bit of a role play where Magog, I love this idea. I'm glad I came up with it. Magog is essentially a wise wizard who has taken it upon himself to give advice to a young, aspiring adventurer. The audience is that adventurer. Magog is going to be every video is going to be a step along the path, but it's also going to delve into the lore of the world and how things work, like how to join a guild and how to do this and this and this, but in a really funny way. I've already written like 4 or 5 scripts, 5 scripts. And it's more of a use your imagination and play along. Pretend you are the adventurer. You're level 0. You literally have nothing to your name. But you have found this magic crystal, and this strange wizard is guiding you on the path through this new world, taking you on your first steps of becoming an adventurer. Magog is your Gandalf. Only he's a dick. Okay? He's not Gandalf. He's a dick. so it's these wonderful little videos where Magog's kind of doing this number here, like, oh, you finally called me. Okay, what'd you run into this time? Oh, a fucking cave. Oh, didn't I tell you to get to the next town? Did I tell you to go into a fucking cave? You're not ready for caves. You're level 0. Caves kill you. You know, like it's me kind of berating the audience who is pretending to be the adventurer. Right?
Yeah.
So the first video is like new beginnings. And it's like, oh, so you want to be an adventurer, huh? You want to leave your peaceful little farm village and think you're a big man, all piss and vinegar, do you? You know, like it's instead of insulting CNN and BuzzFeed and all this and that, I'm insulting you, the people.
I like it.
Sort of you can't beat them, join them, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of, you know, choose your own adventure novels, you know, where you're like, if you want to do this, flip to page 298. It's going to be kind of like that, where it's like Magog's like, okay, all right, you got a bucket on your head and you have, you know, your first weapon. I want you to travel to the next town without dying. And call me back. And then the next video will be like, oh, you're not dead. I totally lost that bit. You wasted of fucking flesh. You know, like it's going to be fun, I think, personally. I really do. But it's also going to help you understand Magog's world, because Magog's going to have to bring up all these things that do exist in Magog's world that I've created, that I haven't really been able to share a lot, because the lore videos, you know, when I used to do the lore live stream, it was like reading a book. It was really boring. I tried to throw in a joke here and there, but mostly I spent most of my time writing up these chapters and then reading them as Magog, and it didn't work. It was worth a try, but
it was. I mean, I helped with that. Like, I remember we spent hours coming up with some of that stuff, because I was trying to help you kind of like flesh out and like word the lore so it wasn't as repetitive and stuff. And you, I mean, you had all the. It was all your idea, but you know, we were. It was kind of like what we were running a. It was like you were pre-running it by somebody else just to kind of get an idea.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you and a couple other people that I trust in Discord were helping me kind of.
The lore was really cool, but I didn't. That was the thing. I didn't want to say it because you'd do the stream, and I would enjoy it because I like lore and hearing stories. I do like that stuff, but I'm not everybody. I know I'm not like everybody, so.
No, but there's a lot of demand for lore in the chat even. I think that lore is generally quite well received, and I certainly enjoy playing with lore.
Yeah. So
very simple.
It was just that the format was a little long and dry. I don't know how to explain it. No?
That's why I kind of gave up on it. Plus, I kind of want to revisit the lore and repolish it, redesign some of the maps to be a little more simple. But I do want to introduce people to the world and the deep lore I have created over the years, but also in an entertaining way that they can sit down and watch on a playlist all these short videos once enough of them are out, and they kind of feel like a dungeon master or a game master talking to them. Like, oh, you've entered a room, and you look around and you see a strange stone in the wall, and if you push it, perhaps it's a trap, or else it might open a secret door. And then Magog, but the twist is Magog will be like, if you push that, you will die. Trust me on this one, because I designed dungeons just for this moment. You know, like he's the villain pretending to be this wise wizard, right? To help this young adventurer out. Who was it just said it in the chat? I'm going to get mocked a lot, though. I play paladins. Patrick said that. Patrick Buckley, that's good. I'm going to use that one. And be like, so now it's time to choose your class. You paladin. You fucking kidding me, right? Fucking paladin. Like, really? You want a juice box? You know, like it's gonna be fun. You know, but Magog kind of talks to the camera in a way that I've never really done. Like in my old commentary videos and stuff, I always kind of turned to the camera and was like, well, this guy's an idiot, or this lady's a. You know, she only exists to stop her skeleton from falling over. You know, I always came up with these really great little one-liners and gags and insults, but but I was never directing that. I was never pretending the camera was an actual person. Now I do things where like you don't hear it, but the camera will interrupt the conversation. It's hard to explain, but Magog will be like, "Oh, so you've made it to the next town, have you? Well, that's wonderful. You haven't? But why? Why haven't you made it to the next town? I told you to go to..." You get what I'm saying? Right? Like, yeah. It's like that. It's real fun. You have to use a little imagination. Do you know what sparked this inspiration? The idea of these little short videos? There was an old board game, way back from when I was a kid. I think it was called Dragon Strike.
Never heard of that one.
It was kind of D&D-esque. It came with board, it came with pieces, and it came with cards that were like character sheets. It was kind of like a way to introduce normies to Dungeons & Dragons as tabletop-style games. It had dice and it had rules, but it was kind of like a baby's first Dungeons & Dragons, where you didn't have to do a character sheet. It was already done for you. You could just choose a character. Like, did you want to be the elf archer? Did you want to be the warrior? Did you want to be the paladin knight or whatever? And they were pre-made. So you just kind of followed the rules of the game, but you still had to have someone in the game be the dungeon master or the game master. So it was kind of an introduction to tabletop in a board game form. And it came with this VHS tape. And somebody actually uploaded it to YouTube. I got to fucking watch it the other night. A few weeks back when I was formulating these ideas and I was Googling things and I came across it. And there was this bizarre sort of man introducing the board game. And he had like a black turtleneck on with a black background. So all you saw was his head. Kind of like Holly on Red Dwarf. And he was like, "Welcome to the world of Dragon Strike." And he had this intense look in his eyes, and he would talk directly to the camera. And he kind of guided you through the story, but it also had these actors playing the different parts. And it had this whole, it was like a 30-minute little movie. It was fucking fantastic. Had the most horrible green screen you'll ever fucking see. Some of the worst effects. But also, you could tell a lot of passion and heart went into it, And it's great.
I try to coast by on that, too.
Yeah. Everybody go watch the Dragon Strike video. It's fucking great, man. It's fucking great.
You have a friend.
Marcin Johansson has linked the video. You just click on that and go watch it for a little bit. And it's amazing the time and effort they put into that little board game, But I was kind of inspired by this idea of the guy talking just directly to the screen, as if you're learning from him. Right? Like this guy in this Dragon Strike video is trying to teach you how to play the game. But he's doing it in such an entertaining way. He was so intense. And he's like, "So you've accepted the quest to find the wizard and, bring down the evil necromancer, blah, blah, blah." And he was like your guide. And then I took that idea and was like, what if Magog kind of stepped into the role of Gandalf and had to talk with this newbie adventurer and guide them through their entire existence as a brand new quester, as they're called in Magog's world, questers. And I just snowballed the idea from there. And I really can't wait to start doing it because they're going to be simple. They're going to be short, 5, maybe 6 minutes long each, couple a week. Yeah. I can film a bunch of them all in one go and then just edit them throughout the week after work so I don't have to stand. I can be at my computer and just edit real quick. And then just kind of work on Bad Magic on weekends when I get some free time and try to release at least one Bad Magic a month. That's the plan as soon as my feet stop causing me such agony. So anyway, I hope that completely explains everything. Here's Gorp again. This is the most retarded looking. Fuck it, I love it. I love this retarded Mothman baby.
Honestly, for some reason, and I'm probably alone in this, I think he needs to be wearing a suit. I don't know why. He looks very formal for some reason to me.
He is standing rather straight.
Yeah.
I've got some work to do on him too, not just painting and adding some actual feathers on his back and stuff. His feet are rubber and he does kind of stand on his own, but
A little off on the balance.
Yeah, he's wobbly. So I'm thinking about
Yeah.
getting like a coat hanger and cutting a piece and sticking it into the rubber because it's rubber,
Yeah.
and just kind of sticking it
That'd help.
into to keep his foot rigid, and I could kind of bend it into the place I need it to be.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah. So, anyway, I hope that updates everybody. I am sorry that Bad Magic yet again got pushed, and my whole film schedule is fucked, and I've taken basically like half a year off to find myself.
I too have done a lot of soul searching and self refinement. I can relate.
Yeah, but it's the jokes that could come about. Now, don't get me wrong, politics, pop culture, social issues, they always bleed into my comedy a little bit, but there will never be. I just want to make this final statement. I know people have already heard this, some people who've watched, but there's still comments sometimes. Anybody watching now, it's just, I had a good run as a commentator and stuff, but, yes, modern day issues and politics and social issues and stuff will always inspire comedy, and satire. But I'm done with those direct kind of, pulling up a news article, pulling up a video, cutting it up to, respond to it and commentate on it. I'm done with that. You might still hear some fucking jokes that bleed into the Magog's world that'll remind you of something that's going on in the real world. But it will always be done in the context of Magog's world because I want to do comedy. And maybe maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But at this point in my YouTube career or whatever, what's the harm in trying something new? Why not have some fun and do some filming, and get into the performance aspect of these characters that I've always wanted to explore. And, the bigger dream that I always had and still do have, still cling to, is building the village and filming a sitcom and filming movies and having a production crew and a comedy troupe and actors and stuff. And yeah, I never got as big as Mr. Beast, or PewDiePie or whoever. I never got those millions of subscribers to give me a chance to raise those kinds of funds to make films and stuff, to build an entire medieval village and to hire production crews and actors and stuff. But I can still do it in some small way by doing the shows I plan on doing. It just took me a while to figure out how I was going to do this and how I wanted to present it. And, once and some personal stuff got in the way, being, sick and being hurt and dealing with a lot of pain and having to go to a full-time, because I started that job, it's supposed to be part-time. So, my YouTube was supposed to be part-time and my new job was supposed to be part-time. And so together that was full-time. No, not anymore. I got bills to pay. And I needed the work, so I just took more hours, and now I work like 42 hours a week. So, I hope that explains everything. I hope everybody's cool with this plan. I don't know when it'll be implemented, but hopefully soon on the channel, you won't just see side quest over and over again. You will start seeing some new videos pop up, the shorter videos first, and then build up to Bad Magic. Okay. Any thoughts? You guys want to share? I
And
know
presumably, side
took over.
quest will continue up until that
Yes,
glorious
of
memory
course.
from Bad Magic
Yes.
springs out and splashes itself across your screens.
Yes. Rat, you got any thoughts? Or I kind of took over the show. Sorry. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Do I have any thoughts? I regret saying that I'm racing on carpet. That's the only thought that's been going through my head. Is I said that and I'm like, that there was a joke there, and I'm not going there, and the chat did, and I regret it. That's pretty much, that's it.
No, I asked you I asked you if you had any thoughts, like internet girls.
Oh no, never, no, none of those.
Just
No one
share-
comes near me. That's pretty much how it works. No one comes near me. I am an island unto myself. So.
Now more than ever myself as well. And we had one more super chat. Oh, sorry, Streamlabs. from Lunashawn, who donated another 25 bucks for efforts here with the following message. Thanks for your time.
And thank you.
And it's true. Thank you for your time. You'll never get it back.
Yeah. Before we bring this to an end, special shout out to all the fans who've supported us over these years and is still here watching SideQuest every week, waiting for the new content, waiting to see what happens with these characters, but also just loving what we do. Some of the most recent side quests for the past few weeks, though I've been in agony, have been some of the funniest moments I've ever had on SideQuest. And that counts the myriad of seasons we've had in the past with different cast members and stuff. But this little group of 4 people, including myself, are so funny together. When Rat gets laughing, it's the most contagious fucking thing.
You have no idea how much, like, I mean, it was, not saying that, like, it was a dream to be on SideQuest, but I remember watching back in the day. I was a part of the chat. I was a fan. And somehow I weaseled my way into getting on the show. I don't know how I pulled that off, but I did it. And here I am, and I get to be a part of the hilariousness that goes on. And it's, you guys, like, some of the stuff that has happened here, I have literally almost cried. I mean, tears, and I have to go wash my face afterwards because I'm a mess. It is such a good time. You guys are so funny. It cracks me up, man.
Thank you for including me with the funny people. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, you're funny too.
Let's say
you're all like everybody on here is hilarious.
What would SideQuest be without Arcturus's arrogance and dry wit? Even though it doesn't belly laugh us all the time, it's always amusing to hear what antic you come up with, or what background you have today, or whatever little story you're coming up with, you know. While me and Weebo over here just trying our hardest to improv Rat to death, you're over there actually thinking of shit to say,
or at least looking like I am.
Yeah. And but then you come up with weird. Then I come up with weird shit like "Dearly Beloved," and you know, get
I trained myself to react to that even in this context.
Like, I can't. Like, my brain sits there and goes, "Why would you do that? You knew what you were doing, and you made that decision. Why would you?" It just makes it funnier to me because I just never even got it. Like, it's so absurd to me. It kills me.
Yeah, but
and Ark might not, like, I don't know. Some of the well-placed little barbed comments that Ark has made have been just amazing.
Yeah, I'm not sure the wall.
I just need Arcturus from here on out to just be a little more, what's the word? Likable.
Oh, I can't do that. We already maxed out some time ago.
But yeah.
I'll need a new gimmick to compensate for that, I guess.
Right. Before we go, though, seriously, to everybody still supporting me in their little ways, be members, Patreon, Subscribe Store. I know I don't do a lot of content right now, but you guys still support me, and that humbles me. It really does, and I really appreciate you guys just watching and having a good time and having a laugh. And to those special people out there, you know who you are, that really have supported us in many different ways. Looking at you, Octane. Luna, Kaz is always in the Discord. Snoopy's always in the Discord. Brian, you know, Prop Master Brian, you know, let's not forget Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hope I'm not missing people. Marcin, God. Fucking your boy Pat's always showing up in the chat. What's up, Pat? Been a minute. Hope you're doing good, man. You know? Oh, God. Hellfire. I mean, there's just so many people. I wish I could thank everybody. It's like a speech I'm getting. I'm at the Academy Awards right now. Thank you. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to have received this reward.
I refuse to cry. Don't hold your breath. It's not going to happen.
That thing, do not name that Oscar. That would be weird.
Just be a little bizarre. But yeah, I mean, we happy few, we band of brothers. ancestors.
We happy to.
I've always wanted so much more for this channel and these characters, but life sometimes beats you down and you have to readjust and you have to roll with the punches. And so you have your ups and your downs. I worked for 6 years straight, put out well over 580 some videos. I think I counted one time. It was like almost 600 videos. I got to this point this year, and maybe the break I've had, it was a much needed one. But I'm hoping get that hard reset, take some of these new ideas, head out there and see what happens. But even if nothing comes of it, even if we never get the greater dream achieved, the people who stuck by and continue to watch, the people that are watching now, and the few people that stayed subscribed to the channel and wanted to see more, it's worth it just to entertain you guys. Just our handful of dedicated fans who just love to watch us eat fucking spicy peanuts and almost die.
Yeah.
On that note, we've gone over, but go ahead.
Oh no, just you almost die from eating spicy peanuts. I almost die from laughing to the point of death. So it's okay.
There are definitely a few episodes where my sides literally hurt.
I've had to mute. I was laughing. There have been times I've had to mute myself because I'm laughing so bad. I'm off camera, like heaving and like trying to regain, consciousness because I can literally laugh till I pass out. I don't know many people that can do that, but apparently I can. So
On one hand, the audience probably find that hilarious. On the other hand, no one wants you to actually die. So I think you made the right call.
yeah, I don't want to die either. I mean, it might be funny, but it's not. Is it worth dying for? No, not necessarily. So
yeah, it's
anyway.
And last note, because she's not here, let's throw a little something. Weibo is a joy to work with as the Nameless Thief. She is so funny.
And rock solid.
She cracks me up some. I know she's not here right now. She might not ever watch this. She might not ever hear it. But there are moments when she says something like, just one that just popped into my head. When she couldn't spell fairy.
I know that was
Public relations.
I cried. I was laughing so hard. Public relations. She thought it was press release person. Oh my God. There are
Press
moments. I love her to death. She is an amazing, talented individual. I love having her on the show. I love that she's stuck with me, even though, she could probably be out there right next to some of the best in the fucking business out there with her sense of humor and her adorable, naivete mixed with her wit and her intelligence. She's an amazing young lady, and I've had it's been a privilege working with her. Truly has been, and I can't wait to continue to do so.
And honestly, to work with all of you. Certainly, I've enjoyed doing all
We
this
did get
immensely.
just a last thing. A member that's actually a member comment there. Couldn't make it till now. I will rewatch. Thank you from Oak.
Oh, thanks, Oak. Yeah,
late turning out. We're wrapping it up, but yeah, we appreciate you and hope you get a kick out of it and hope it's entertaining when you rewatch it.
Yeah, no, nothing bad. I'm just talking with the fans, explaining some things that's been going on in my life, and we're at the point now where we're about to go. And I was just thanking everybody who stuck with us over the years, and thanking my co-hosts for making side quests so much fun. Even though I've been in such pain the past few weeks, side quest has always been a distraction because there are moments when I rush home and I get prepped. And I send out the links, and I'm waiting on you guys to come in. And I'm sitting in the Magog shop going, I don't want to be here tonight. I am in pain. I want to go lay down. I am hurting. I don't want to stand here. I don't even want to get into makeup. But I force myself to do it. And every time I force myself to do it, and we go live, and that camera turns on, and I turn into Magog, the pain goes away for a while. Because you guys are so fun. And you guys are so much fun to be with and talk with, and you're so fun to joke with, and the laughter heals a little bit, heals you.
It does. It does. I will say that laughter can help with a lot of things.
Yeah. So,
Yep, one of the best medicines for you, provided it doesn't actually kill you. Which, again, if that is a risk, you look. We are not responsible if you take any of these shows as medical advice. Quite frankly, if you do that, that is inevitably on you, and you should do some soul searching if you survive.
yes, this is
Yeah.
side quest. Absolutely should come with a disclaimer. Not healthy for anybody, and it's the show on the internet. It's the only show on the internet that does the whole like health bar gimmicks and attacks and death and kind of that kind of D&D video game format.
Disclaimer: in real life,
yeah.
death is permanent.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry. Just could you imagine me as a doctor, like in a lab coat, just walk in, mask and like the stethoscope, and just be like, "I'll be your doctor." No, just you've chosen poorly. You have bad luck. If I'm your doctor, there's problems. I'm just saying. Don't take medical advice from me. I don't know how to do it myself. So
Yes, the side quest is the show that the side quest is the show that nobody is talking about. It's
Awesome. Oh,
Ah.
good boy.
but is very entertaining. Invite your friends next time we do a real show. We'll be back to regular scheduled programming next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll return as all your favorite characters: Magog, Arcturus, Pentagast, and the Nameless Thief. Hopefully, if she can make it. She's a very busy girl, so sometimes she has to skip out, but that's okay. We forgive her. Kind of.
We count the minutes until her return.
On that note, we are way over than we normally do, so we're going to bounce out. Thank you all for coming, and once again, thank you for your support. Peace out. We'll see you guys next time.
see ya.